Hello there, humans. I am Dal Cecil Runo, the partially blind alien who is a known voices author, aka the Ace from space. I read primarily sci-fi, but I like to explore other genres with my short stories. I have a couple of short stories out or coming out soon. I also write some poetry and I host streams every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So, today I'm coming at you with a regular video for a change. And I was tagged, back in July, I was tagged in this very quirky tag that by story detective Robert Jones, and I didn't even know that I was tagged because he did the whole thing on Instagram after he made a video on how did he get the writing bug, so like it was kind of inspired by Spider-Man's like when story when the spider bites Peter Parker. So he decided to talk about like when did the writing bug bite him. So this became a tag and I have been asked. I have shared my story before, but why not? I will just make a video specifically talking about it, why not? It all started, I don't even know what was the specific pinpoint in time. Was it when I first started drafting? Or when I first got the idea for the sci-fi book that made me find a pen name and do what I am doing now? I no longer know, so there's a whole story behind it, and I have dates, I have memories, so here we go. Let's say I was a blind photographer at some point in time, between musician and writer, and during that specific in-between time when I was a photographer, I also traveled to Iceland. It was late September, early October of 2016. That, I think, was the moment in time when I got the inspiration to become a writer, but I did not know that I was going to become a writer when it happened. During the traveling time, during my time in Iceland, I did not know that I was going to become a writer. It was an amazing time. I went back to Budapest. My life continued for a while. I moved to a couple of places here and there, but then on November 21st, and this is the funny part because it so happens to be Björk's birthday, and I didn't realize it was November 21st because I lost track of time and I was not paying attention to dates and whatever. But yes, then later I realized it was November 21st of 2016. I was doing some homework and whatnot, like you do, and I had some music in the background, like you do. I was pretty distracted by now, and I started listening to Björk's latest album at the time, which is called Vulnikura. Utopia was not out yet, so Vulnikura was like the latest at the time. And I started listening to that album because I was like, I need to catch up on Björk and see what she's doing. And I feel ashamed that I did not listen to this before. Oh my god, I need to catch up. And I listened to her album, and as the tracks moved on, I could not move from my place. I was reclined in bed listening to this thing with my tablet and trying to do what I was trying to do, and no, forget about it. I was just into the music. I could not do anything else, and I saw this whole story unfold inside my mind like a freaking movie, and this doesn't happen to me often. That was the time when I saw the whole story for the sci-fi trilogy, and I thought, my goodness, this is a movie, this is a book, what is this, what is this? It did not let me go. I tried many times to ignore it, to let go of it, because I did not know how to write a book. Because this person, blind, I am blind, I don't know, well, partially blind, but I'm on the edge of blindness, so you know exactly what I mean. I don't know how to write a book. It's gonna be so difficult. I cannot do this on my own. And I tried to ignore it, but at the same time, I started YouTube searching how to write a book, and that's how I found AuthorTube. At the end of 2016, beginning 2017, I was watching some AuthorTube videos, but the big ones like Alexa Dunn, Jenna Moresi, Mandaline, Vivian Reese, Kim Chance, all the big ones, and slowly but surely I started finding some of the newer channels, but it was mostly the big ones, and I was just wanting to, learn how to write a book. if someday in my life, maybe someday in the distant future, look at me, distant future, I would start drafting something. But the idea was present, it did not let me go. So the writing bug was already there, but not really, because I was very reluctant. So to speak, I was immune to the poison? Who knows? But then in 2017, in July, because I lived in Budapest, and in Hungary, Pride comes in July instead of June, and all the Pride activities happen in the month of July, mostly early July. So I went to one of those workshops where people were talking about asexuality awareness, and I was like, oh my god, there are ace people here. I am not alone. It was magical. Beautiful. I was not expecting to meet other aces in Budapest, but I did. And that particular workshop was very special because that's when I met one of my friends who is also a writer, and I felt like being a writer could also be a part of the real world. And so I met this person and we started talking, and this person is also a writer. It's also ace. It was wonderful. And then I ended up spewing my whole idea for this trilogy, the whole story, the whole concept, the whole like overarching theme and whatnot. And this person, this friend of mine said, girl, but like, why don't you write this? And like, I was like, because I just don't know how to write a book, and I'm visually impaired, and I'm like, you know, I'm partially blind, and I don't know what to do. And it's like, and it's gonna be so horrible because I read with my ears and I'm so insecure about it. And she's like, girl, all of that has fixing. Like, you have a story to tell, and why don't you do it? And I was like, it was so inspiring and reassuring to hear that from another person in the there and then, you know, in the physical world, that it was summer, you know, I had nothing else. I started drafting, and in a matter of 10 days, I had like 2 chapters already drafted of the first book in my sci-fi, which I'm still querying and still preparing and still not ready. But I mean, I started on July of 2017, and well, here is where I almost quit as fast as I started, or something like that. On July 20th of 2017, mark the date, July 20th of 2017. If you're a Linkin Park fan, you know where I'm going with this. It's not a pretty day for us. I was drafting chapter 3 already. I started like on July 12th or something, and by July 20th I was already on chapter 3. My god. To me that was a miracle, being that that was the first time I wrote a book in English. So I was also working as a pet sitter, and I was taking care of cats and dogs and whatever. I traveled to different locations just to be there with the pets and feed them and care for them, clean after them. And in the meantime, I could draft my stuff, so it was perfect. And I was drafting a scene that was very hard for me. It was the first time I was narrating on the page death. So someone was dying on the page. It was very difficult, and I had Linkin Park in the background just to keep the vibe, because, you know, their music was very intense. And so I was killing a fictional character that happens to be like a metal musician. So very spot on with Linkin Park in the background and whatever. So I was writing that scene. It was horrible. I felt like crap. I remember the last thing I wrote was, death isn't something that comes, it's someone leaving, forever gone. And that was the last thing I wrote that evening around 6 p.m. my time in Hungary. And I said, this is so much. I need to stop. I will continue tomorrow. And I just packed up my things, paused the music that I had in the background. It was a Linkin Park song. I paused it, packed up, and left. That's it, just left. I took the longest way home, and when I arrived home, I got a message from my friend, one of my friends. I mean, I'm not saying names here. And my friend was like, I'm so sorry about Chester. I was like, no, what? Celebrity death? I was killing of a musician in the book. Chapter 3 is like, this is no spoiler because it's chapter 3, it's very early on. It's a minor character, so I can talk about it. This musician is not supposed to be that important at this time. It was just a very bad coincidence, but it hurts like hell. And it still hurts me today when I'm editing that chapter to remember how I wrote it. Basically how I became the character who's like the friends with the musician and goes through the grief and the loss. And I basically became that character on my way home. I took the long way home. I didn't want to turn on the Wi-Fi. I did not want to deal with, internet at all. And then when I finally do, I get the news that one of my music idols was not with us anymore. And I nearly stopped because, the coincidence was so strong and so hard-hitting that I nearly stopped writing what I was writing. But I continued because my friend, the same that told me to write the story, my friend talked me out of it. And it took me a few weeks to retake my draft and continue. So I started drafting again, like chapter 4 and whatever. Or no, the remainings of chapter 3 and chapter 4 and so on August. So it took me like the rest of July just to recover. I nearly stopped. But then on August, I started again and continued. It was difficult. I nearly quit because I got too scared. But I think the story is still important. The story does not have much to do with the death of that particular character, but there's a lot of hard themes. So I was like, are you sure you can handle this? And I'm still drafting. I'm on the second book as of right now. I am about to finish book 2, and I also had to stop for the same reasons. I wrote something that was so harsh that I had to stop, and I left it ever since. And then I moved countries and continents, so I took a break from book 2 and I focused on editing book 1 until it's worth querying again. So like I always think it's worth querying, and then I realize maybe not, so it's a back and forth. So that's why book 2 is not finished yet for the people who already read book 1 and are waiting for it, waiting for the second one. That this is why I wrote something so harsh and so difficult in book 2. If you think the death of the musician is hard, boy, you don't know. You have no idea. Book 2 is so harsh. I had to stop myself for a while. But anyway, so I'm getting on a tangent here, but like just so you know. Basically, I don't know if I should blame Björk or Iceland or what should I blame for the idea of my sci-fi, but it's a good blame. It's a thank you. And this is why ever since I started the whole writing career stuff with this pen name, this is why I started writing short stories set in Iceland. It's a way of paying tribute to the place and the time and the circumstances that made me pursue writing in a more serious fashion. It is in a way thanks to Iceland. It is in a way thanks to Björk. It is in a way thanks to my friend who talked me through it, and said, you have a story to tell, you have to do this. So I don't have a specific point in time. I think I have been bitten by several writing bugs, and I was just immune to the poison until I no longer was. Then, things get more interesting when I become an author tuber, so thanks to Joey Paul, I discovered that you can be an author tuber because you don't have to be like super established and super bestseller. I thought Jenna Moresi was like a bestseller, and Alexa Dawn was also like, I thought those people were already big and important, and I had no place in there. And no, you can start from zero and go further from there. So I also owe that to Joey Paul that I am here, and why I continue to be a writer and finish more stories and now publish my stories. So I don't have like one bug. Seriously, I think I had more than one. I think I had many, and I was just kind of immune until I no longer was. I think that's it. That's the story. It's thanks to Iceland and other things that subsequently pushed me to stop being afraid about my limitations and just go for it. So thank you very much again, Robert, for creating this very unique tag. Thank you for tagging me. And I don't know, let me know in the comments what else you want to know. Let's have a discussion about whatever. And if it needs to be said, disclaimer, I am not Icelandic. I am not Hungarian. I am an alien, and I have influences from so many places and cultures that I no longer know what I am. I forgot to throw that disclaimer before I started the video, but okay, here we are. I'm recording this very late at night. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for interacting with my content, and I will see you in my next video.